Progress.
It's time to go balls deep.
The EA Sports College Football Headquarters podcast.
All right. Well, you're the host now, so you go ahead and get us started.
Hey, this is Anthony Scafacci. I'm here with Alan Gigax. We are your hosts for Balls Deep, and I'm giving Alan the week off from hosting. I'm going to do the heavy lifting here, and we're going to get started. We're going to go right into it. We're going to go into our first segment. It's a new segment just for you guys. It's called Just the Tip.
Yeah.
Alan is going to get this thing warmed up by playing that old game we played in high school, right? Where we try to convince her that we're only going to stick just ahead of our dicks in her.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And then just like that, it'll be done in about a minute.
Yeah. Because as soon as you start rubbing on that thing and start looking down, that's the first mistake. You look down, you're like, oh shit, this is where I'm at. And then, it's Nut City. So, all right, Al, what is our tip for the day?
Oh, well, let's not forget we have a sponsor here. Come on. Your first time being a host, you already forget about the fucking sponsors.
Sorry, I was rolling.
Okay. Sponsor for Just the Tip today is Jelly's Snot Knockin' Barbecue, home of the pre-game victory dessert.
I love that place.
Dude, so good. Yeah. All right, now on to Just the Tip. So my tip for you guys today is when you are setting up your team, if you have a running team like I do on NCAA, take one of your big fellas, take an offensive lineman who's like any speed like 70 or above, and see if you can convert them to either tight end or fullback, especially fullback. I love having those big fat motherfuckers at fullback.
How big is yours?
My fullback is 288 pounds.
Geez, that's a big fucking guy.
And the tight end is 306 pounds. And dude, this year I moved that fullback to tight end because I saw that he was rated a 93 at tight end. And he's fucking lights out, dude. He's got like 62 catches on the
soft
season.
Hands for the big man.
Yeah, dude. And what's funny is like when he dives like to make a catch, the stadium shakes.
I love it.
Oh, dude, it's good time. All right, so that's just the tip.
All right, so we're gonna get right into it today. We have two guests with us today, Al. We have our guests from Select Talent. That's Matthew Olson and AJ. They are the people that have started running it. They've been on our page for a long time. Me and Matt have been talking probably, God, it's got to be like 6 months now.
At least.
About the things they're doing. And so welcome to the podcast, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right. So they originally were talking about running basically the NCAA game with every team would have a coach. At some point, though, EA said, nah, fuck that. We're not going to be able to do that. And so, Matt, what exactly did you guys have to do at that point?
Okay, well, basically, when we were starting this, we had the assumption that EA wasn't going to put a connected dynasty with all 134 teams. So we had a general idea that that wasn't going to be as smooth as we had anticipated, and we had a couple of different options, and then as we got more information on the game itself, we were able to come up with our final iteration, which is working fairly well. So we had another once we realized that that wasn't going to work, and this is after we had already had 134 people signed up on the PlayStation, so we already had the numbers, but with that we were going to try to do it where we just absolutely eliminated non-conference play, which we tried for a little bit, but that didn't work out. So what we figured out with the 12-team playoff is we were going to put as many teams as we could in 4 conferences. So we've got 4 8-team conferences, so we can have a max of 32 players per division. And we just went through. We went off of the previous college football playoff poll because we didn't want the bias from the AP poll at the very beginning of the year because Texas is never that high, and I'm a Baylor fan, so any shot I could take at UT, I'm gonna take it. So with that, you had the top teams. We just went off of the total number of playoff poll appearances. So we split off the top 32 teams, then we dropped down to the next 32. So right now we are currently we're still looking for people. We have Division 3 we're about to start up, but we've got about 50 players in Division 1 and Division 2. So we have the top 60 teams represented here in our league.
That is really impressive. How did you get that many people signed up right from the beginning? Like what method, or how did you reach out to that many people?
We constantly flooded the college football page
Yeah, they were
that
pretty
Anthony
active.
has. And then there's a couple of other places, mainly, I want to say almost entirely on Facebook. We had a couple of people. Now, Select Talent originated back in 2017. We had a NBA 2K Pro-Am team that, as we fed people in and out, we realized we had a whole lot of people that wanted to play with us. So we went ahead and set up our own league. So we ran that for 2 years. We wound up having over 300 people there. So I want to say we had about 10 of our guys from that league. Maybe that may be overinflated. And then with that, we had our co-founder. He jumped in on this. One of our original players, Bimble, that I don't want to, not going to get into too much detail about. But so we had about 10 guys.
Steroid scandal.
Oh, it was dirty. It was dirty.
Yeah,
it was dirty. So again, that's part of the reason we're only at 60. Well, with that, not necessarily. He may have deleted our Discord server with over 200 people because we had already branched out into Xbox.
So Matthew, I remember hearing about that because we talked about it. How this guy, he was like pretty trusted in the organization.
Yeah, he was one of the co-founders. Rogue.
So where exactly did AJ come into the picture?
AJ, I believe Coach was with us or pretty early on when we started to formulate how we were going to do this. So we, again, it's with this many people, it takes a whole group. We have about 10 people that we have basically running ideas off each other just to bounce things back and forth. But AJ, go ahead, tell them how you found us.
AJ, hold on, AJ. So I heard that you have an official title. What is your title at Select Talent?
Head of operations.
Head of football operations. Yeah. That is so
what the fuck, right?
That's did you go and get like anything to put over your door at home so that your wife has to like walk past it every day?
Well, you know what? That would be actually pretty freaking good, but she probably wouldn't find that hilarious.
Oh, you absolutely should do it. Take a picture of it and post it on the page. And the next time she has anything to say with her, say to you, you can just point at the title. And
hey, look, yes, look at that. What the fuck does that say?
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you go be head of sandwich operations?
Yeah, that'd probably go over. Okay, so sorry, AJ. I knew you had this title, and I wanted to talk about it because I thought it's honestly really cool. So go ahead and tell us how you met Matthew, how you became part of Select Talent, and what it's like to do your job, basically.
Well, so early on, Matt was, hitting Facebook pretty hard. I'm like everybody else. I loved college football. I told him I wanted to join Select Talent. At that point, it was just a user. And after talking to Matt and several other guys, he invited me into this group where we were going to do like co-commissioners, help each other out with statistics and things like that. And then, right when the game come out, and like he said that all the shit happened, me and him talked, and he asked if I would step in and take over the D1 role, as commissioner. And then some other little shit things happen, and so we had another discussion, and he's like, I need somebody who's going to be there full time. What about you being the head of operations over the whole league? And then, you know how you get the guys that like to bitch a lot, right? Let the other commissioners handle that until, it gets to the point where they can't handle it. And then they can come to you. And so this is where we're at. We're moving into season 3. There's been some times, gentlemen, that I wanted to smack my head off the fucking wall. Especially getting phone calls at 3:00 in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah.
So what kind of actual work is involved in being a commissioner or the director of football operations?
So I typically what I do is I go on there. I do a weekly call with everybody. Okay. One day a week.
Fuck that.
I go on there and I talk to them and I'm just like, hey, what's working? What's not? Obviously, I'm not going to change any kind of rules that we have during the season, but just try to get the feel of how they're interacting with each other, making sure that the users understand, hey, we do have rules. I do have people watching the streams. You break those rules, obviously, there's consequences to that.
Do you give them a yellow flag and make them throw it at home?
Well, sometimes, so I've had to do some not so fun things so far.
Have you ever had to like call somebody as like the athletic director of the school and then shit can them?
I have had.
Tell them what we did to Notre Dame. Tell them what we did to Notre Dame in the title.
Tell us,
dude. Yeah,
yeah.
can't wait.
So he broke
Fucking
some
Irish
rules,
bastards.
and it was he was one of my commissioners, and he broke some rules. So I said, okay, fuck it, you're going to lose your top wideout and your top quarterback.
So what'd you do? Like you off those guys? Like you
for the title. For the title.
Dude, you go out and you put a hit on Grand Theft Auto.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fucking Trevor drives over to his school and fucking offs him.
So what were the infractions?
So the scoring, running up scoring, his quarterback was like he had a lot of yards in one game, and we try to keep this game realistic. And
what's a lot of yards? Like 600?
He had 1,200 yards.
Oh my God. How many have you played?
So 7 minutes. We did that strategically so we could make sure, because again, our goal is to have your top tier D1 teams, Alabama, Georgia, Notre Dame, and also going all the way down to that Georgia battle between Kennesaw State and Georgia State. So we wanted to make sure that those lower ranked teams were going to be under the same umbrella and have the same opportunity. So if you have, like, the Army Navy game would be over in 10 minutes. So with that, we just set the rules for everyone, and all of our divisions follow the same rule.
I love
same
it.
set of rules.
All right, so Matthew and AJ, I want to talk to you guys.
We gotta get the end of this story. So AJ,
okay,
you instill this punishment. So what does that mean? Like he has to bench those players for the playoff game?
He did. He went into the national championship without his starting wideout and his starting quarterback.
Wow.
Did he win?
No, he wound up losing by 14.
Nice,
because he's a bitch.
Yeah,
and that's the whole thing. I just wanted to make sure that the users knew that, hey, you're not the only ones getting punishment. That I'm gonna hand them down to our other commissioners. If they're breaking the rules, I'm gonna put the punishment down, and I put the hammer down on him.
I love it.
We don't have many rules. I saw one.
Just
one
today,
league today. We saw the same thing. Well, like 2-3 pages worth of rules. I'm like, nah, that's a bit much. But still, if you break the rules, you're gonna have to pay the price. You already know this ahead of time.
So, Anthony Scafacci, tell us about the replay guy. And we don't have to say who it is.
So one of our guys came into our league season two, and I think it was week 1, his first game, basically his first player game against the computer. My brother, who's like the Gestapo of our league, and he's also like our CIA guy, he checks in on everybody, and he's like, hey man, he played this game like 7 times. And I'm like, what? No way. And so I messaged the guy. I'm like, hey bro, like what happened, dude? And he's like, I said, looks like you played your game 7 times. And his response was, how many times do I get? And so I was like, holy shit, that's pretty amazing answer first. And then we just kind of gently explained it to him that, hey bro, you got to only play the game once. And
if you lose, you take your loss.
You take your loss like anybody else. And so, but yeah, it was kind of shocking that at least whatever leagues he's been in, maybe that was acceptable, but it's not in our league. You gotta play each game once.
Matthew, do you guys have a rule about that?
Our biggest goal was trying to push for the playoffs, because I don't know if you know this about Select Talent, but we tend to embellish the playoffs a little bit. Generally for our quarterfinals and up, we're trying to broadcast every game. By broadcast, I mean jumping in. We'll have 2 guys playing, and then we'll have at least 2 people in the booth for our title games. We actually broke in something new in this last season where we had we had sideline reporters on the
next time. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but we have sideline reporters on the basically in a chat with each head coach. So in between, we're able to check in, like just check the mental state, see how people are doing. You can get the sense that everybody's all good in the first half, and then when the store starts to separate, you got that guy. He's like, yeah, I don't think this is good, Bob.
I love it. So
speaking of sideline reporters, Anthony Scafacci, who you got? Aaron Andrews or Melissa Stark?
Aaron Andrews all day.
All right, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I can't argue with that.
Yeah. I'd let her fart in my mouth. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yeah. Anyway, so Matthew and AJ, one of the things that I think is absolutely amazing, I love it, is that you guys actually call the games. It sounds like you're watching TV and you're watching the game and you're getting their booth call. And I'm telling you guys, everybody in the headquarters, if you guys aren't checking this out, you are absolutely missing out. It is so good and so much fun because their reactions are so genuine to what's going on. And how did you guys come up with a way to do this? And you don't have to tell me about all the magic, but what's it like actually doing that?
Well, I'm the one who set all that up, and it comes from what I do at my 9 to 5. Now, that's an even longer story. I'm basically a utility guy at a rather small company that's branching out nationwide. But with that, I was
wait, utility guy, like you do a lot of things, or utility like electricity and water?
No, do a lot of things. I do sales, logistics, IT support. That's pretty much where this came about. I was told I had 48 hours to get a podcast ready. So I set up a podcast pretty much like how you guys did it and took that over. And then realized I could transfer what I'm learning in the business world and I can put it here. Because it's not much to move pixels from left to right. And then what we do is we just have our guys take out the commentary crew in the game. Then we come up over the top, and I usually have myself. Usually on all of these, we're actually working on getting a couple more crews so we can cover, more games. We want to have a game up every night in the near future, probably by the end of next year. That's our goal between college football and 2K. But
I should solicit Joe Buck.
Oh, well, so what's part of the magic is it's myself I'm doing the play-by-play, but our color commentator can alter in and out, and it's usually one of the coaches in the league. So they've probably already seen the guy, or they've seen the opponent of an opponent. Nice. So we always have somebody with more in-depth analysis. So they really are doing the color commentary, and the way we have that plugged in, it seems natural, like this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, the quality. Plus, I have a voice for radio, so that's what.
No doubt, dude.
I just talk all day.
All right. So, if people want to watch this, where do they go?
That's on our YouTube channel. That Select Talent Network. If you just search Select Talent Network, you should be able to find us. I think we've got, at the last check, 215 subscribers, and we're trying to grow that. One of them. And with that, what we're going to do is in the near future, we're working on that. Our the co-founder, he's actually handling our 2K side of things. He would be on here tonight, but that's Evan Card. But he's actually out deployed down in North Carolina helping a bunch of people out. So he was unavailable for this. But the idea is we're going to cover college football. We're going to cover 2K. And we've got a couple of other sports we're earmarked to get started. We really want Select Talent to be like your video game sports hub. Where you can,
cool.
where if you play, so if you play one, maybe you dabble in 2K, but hey, you can watch the guys that are actually doing their thing, and that way we can just get everybody's name out in one specific place and just see where that takes us.
So, do you guys have like a Facebook page for Select Talent, like a dedicated page?
Website selecttalent.net.
Selecttalent.net. And so you guys, if somebody wants to get a hold of you, somebody wants to join the league, is that the best way to go? Or do they contact you?
I mean, realistically, you can do it either way. You can contact me, and what we're doing right now, if anyone out there wants to join our PS5 college football. Right now, the best way to do that is just reach out to myself, Anthony. I'll get you our links for Facebook, or just send them my way, and we'll get you the link for our Discord. And right now, we have a wait list where by the end of this week, we're going to go ahead and have our teams pulled. We have a coaching carousel that we run in house. So you could, if you wind up at Alabama and lose, you could find yourself drop down, lose that team, and go back into the pool with
And now
new
you're back at
coaches
Ball State.
and fire. Yep, exactly. So
I love the idea of like relegation and promotion. That's so awesome.
yeah. So just reach out to us. We'll put you in that pool, and we'll go from there.
All right. So what kind of fees are we talking about?
Right now, this is all free.
Nice.
So
that's a
this is
bargain.
Yeah.
This is our free league, and we're starting a paid league, and this is more on a test basis. We're just looking for 14 people that are available from between 8 and 9. That's when we're going to have our kickoff times on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Eastern time. So between that quick window. And what we're going to do is it's all created teams. They're all on the same roster, not even the same type of team, just the same exact person for person roster.
I like
and with that, because it's small, it's just one conference. $50 to enter and that's going to cover you for 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
With that, we're going to cover you at least once per season with a commentary team. Like that's what we're going to cover one game a night, cool. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The champion gets $50 for the winner of each division. So you have a 1 in 7 shot at that. And then the champion gets one of 2 things. They either get another $50 gift card, or if they choose, they can get one of our Select Talent jerseys. That's what our reward is in the regular season in our free league. So you win, you actually get to take home something. You get to take home your jersey.
Nice. All right. Well, it has been absolutely great having you guys on. I'm so appreciative that you guys came onto the podcast to begin with, because I'm such a big fan of what you guys are doing there. It absolutely aligns with the kind of things we're trying to do at the headquarters. And you guys are producing amazing content that I think everybody needs to check out. Remember, you need to go and check out Select Talent. This is Matthew Olson and AJ. They are pretty much the people administrating that group. So you can get a hold of them. But right now, we are going to bring you over to today's sponsor. And Alan, who is today's sponsor?
This week, Balls Deep is brought to you by the Orr House, conveniently located just off the campus of Utah A&M University. You'll always remember your first visit to the Orr House, Logan's favorite mining-themed private club. Maybe dear old dad brought you once you were old enough, paid for the round-the-world special. The Orr House is a full-service establishment giving you what you should be getting at home, but aren't. And remember, if someone from your ward sees you at the Orr House, they're at the Orr House too.
You know, I've been there. I told you I went up to Salt Lake City one time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they have clubs there, right? Yeah. And it was fucking mind-blowing, to tell you the truth, because their girls bought us drinks. It was so crazy. Dude, so wild. I absolutely say go to the Orr House, have fun at the Orr House. Yeah. Don't tell your wife you've been to the Orr House. Right? Don't tell your bishop. Don't go back to the ward and brag about the Orr House. Right. Yeah, that's it. What happens at the Orr House stays at the Orr House. All right. And we are going to be out of here. Thank you again, Select Talent, Matthew Olson and AJ, for coming on. We are out.
All right. The recording has ended. And dude, you guys nailed it. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, no worries.